Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dropped Frames. I'm JP McDaniel, joined as always by Zeke. What is that face? What are you doing?
That's my welcome to the show face.
What? Why did you shave, Zeke? What happened? What's going on with what is this called again? I don't know.
It's a handlebar.
Handlebar? Okay.
It's just a big handlebar mustache. It's like the I don't know, the head field.
Okay. All right. What are you wearing the head?
You
You know, it honestly reminds me a little bit more of Lemmy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no.
Of the late Lemmy.
I actually have a Lemmy Killmeister cutout that of someone made for me. That's like all but this cut out. And so I put my face in and I talk,
There you go.
well, there you go.
There you go. There you go. Zeke, you're back from where was AGDQ? Virginia?
It's in Herndon, Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Damn, you know better than me. I was just gonna say like DC area. Actually, because I'm like so unfamiliar with East Coast, I'm like, are we in DC, Maryland, Virginia? It's all the same. It's all the same like 2-minute gap, honestly.
So it was like kind of outside DC then, basically?
Yeah, it's like on the outskirts of either or. Because it used to be like but there's like Dulles Airport, and there's like the other airport. Reagan, right? It used to be at Reagan until like 2014, then it switched to the Dulles Airport. So yeah, it kind of switched around a little bit.
Gotcha. Well, welcome back, Zeke. Ko, how you been, man? It's been a week.
Dude, it's been a week. It's been a crazy week. All sorts of good fun this week.
Yeah, there hasn't really been. It's interesting to see all the streams out there because there hasn't been like any big game releases, but everyone's still like streaming a lot of games right now in the sense that everyone's getting prepped for mostly right now. XCOM, I think, is what everyone's prepping for. Dark
Dragon's
Souls,
Dogma.
Yeah,
Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma on Friday.
Friday.
We got Dark Souls. A lot of people are starting their playthroughs, myself included. When are you starting yours? Have you chosen a date for that?
I have not yet nailed a date down. I'm thinking it'll probably be like March sometime. I'd like to get it as close to Dark Souls 3 as I can.
Okay.
But there's going to be some downtimes in between some releases until then, though. So I may try to put it in. I'm really not sure yet.
There you go. And our guest this week, although he's already talked, you know him as Trihex. Also
Welcome.
might know him as TryHard if you ever use the global emote, which I'm sure you've seen around on Twitch before. I guess the first question I have for you, Trihex, is where did the snake lady emote come from? Because that's like one of my favorite emotes on Twitch.
I love it. All right. So Snake Girl is that's Mia from Monster Musume.
Okay.
It's like a monster girl Harlem. Oh my God, the Rectal Sevens. Oh, I did not see that coming. Yeah, she's a half serpent, half girl. There's also like half bird, half girls. There is, the centaurs. Any cute animal fusion girl you can possibly imagine is in that anime or manga, and it's really awesome.
Let me just pull up and show your emotes here. They're all kind of anime themed. Is this all like what was it? I don't watch the animes. I don't think any of us. Maybe Ko watches a little bit.
You can just say anime, dude. You don't have to say the
No,
anime.
you got to say the animes because it makes me sound
anime,
cooler.
dude,
It makes me sound cooler.
Japanimation.
Yeah, the Japanimation is what I've heard the kids are into these days. They're all pretty much themed that way, though. Is that just like where did that come from? You're just super into it.
Okay. So
I mean, I look at your wall scroll right there to your right, and I kind of get the implication that you're into anime.
All right. So wait, before I even clarify on that one, actually you bring up a really great topic that now that people know about why I have the emotes I have. Mm-hmm. Clearly, all right. So TryHard, it's a popular face. It's very utility or utilitarian, where you can it can be a sarcastic smile, it can be an actual enthusiastic smile, it could be an awkward cringe smile.
Sure.
It can be read as many different things, right? And the people are like, dude, why don't you do more of your faces? I want more of TryHard tools to use in chats and whatnot. And I was like, see, the problem there is that if I do more faces of me, I'm giving TryHard competition. And the beautiful thing about TryHard right now is that it's a free, open thing for everyone to enjoy. Like the more I let it breathe and let it be.
So there's some thought to it. I like that. I like it.
Of course, yeah. So once I'm able to do that, it's like, okay, well, if I don't want to give TryHard competition because it's an emote for the people, instead, I can choose to use my emotes to reveal as much about me as possible through indirect context. So without ever seeing my stream, you see the emotes right away and you're like, okay, dang, he's hardcore into anime or manga. You can see the further you dive into, the more you can read about it. Like where the like why in the the lewd face, that's Momoka from the Faku. That's Mizuri from Boku Girl, the one you just posted up. I'm Twitch lag and delay right now, but I'm
Sure.
like,
You can, if you I didn't tell you this, but if you click in the top right of Zoom and go to speaker view, I think is what it is. It'll actually full screen what I'm sending to the stream, so you can see it before. You don't have to watch the delay.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
But yeah, like, what about Try Thirst? That's clearly a Sprite bottle. How did that get past copyright through Twitch?
What you mean? That's just.
I don't mean to out you or anything, but guys, that's actually the Sprite logo.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right.
I'll put that there. No,
just
that's
want to
for
Try Thirst. You're a big fan of Sprite?
No. It's a cute spin on whenever you see people in chat who are just like trying hard to get like the streamer's attention, you know, senpai. It's my spin on the senpai. Please notice me.
Okay.
Like, oh my god, Ezekiel, please. I'm a 35-month sub. Please just give me attention just for a second. And you know, not that you wouldn't, because I know you totally love that sub for being there that long. But you know, it's like that's what I thought would be a creative spin. Rather than duplicate what's already existing, can I take it and I push it further in that direction? Plus, whenever you post that right away in anyone's chat, everyone's like, "Whoa, wait, really? That emote right there?" Like it's kind of like the call out, but it's like a fun call out.
Okay. I like that you also have. I don't know why we're analyzing all your emotes, but I find them very interesting. You have grope left and grope right. What's the variance here? Just so you can put it on both sides of a face of another emote?
Absolutely. So whenever they're like, so it's like slimy. It's like slimy groping tentacles where you can just like not just hug the person, but you can just grope them, right?
Okay.
So
all right.
what I will do, for example, is I'll go in my chat and I'll do like grope, and then like I'll take like Ezekiel's name and I'll do let's see here, like all right, so I'll do like that, for example. I'll like grope R, his name, and grope L, and it's like not only has Senpai noticed you, Senpai has groped you.
He's groped you, yeah.
And you can do it too. And also, it's a great combo emote. It's all about the emote tech. So like you can combo that into many different things.
Sure, of course.
So I always try to make sure the emotes are thought of in that context. If it's a non-face, can it be comboed?
What's the combo for Try Pantsu?
Oh, okay. All right, so you can take if you want to take the.
I like how that's your most used too. Current emotes per minute is 24. I'm pretty sure that's your most used emote, maybe.
You can add Pantsu to Mia if you want to. It's also the there is. Okay, there's a couple I could think of. You can anyone who has like a hand emote, you can definitely use Pantsu altogether.
Okay.
But in my chat specifically, it's used for resubs. So if you like resub 8 months in a row, it's like, yo, chat, everyone right now, 8 Pantsu right now in a row, drop down and give it to me. So it's like, you know, you command them like as if they're gonna do push-ups, but it's like, no, I need Pantsu right now. Where you at?
Okay.
So they
we should do this with every streamer we bring on, is analyze their emotes. This is great. Like I'm learning so much about your channel just from doing this. Do you have any sneak peeks of future emotes? Do you have any ideas that you want to tease, perhaps not give away? Because you know the emote game on Twitch, people will steal this shit immediately.
Oh, you know, actually, I'm not even worried about that. On my end, because it's like rather than replicate. I don't want to call out anyone, but it's like a lot of people
Fuck it, call them out. Just do it, man.
Oh, okay. A lot of people will do their face making X emotion. So it's like
right,
blah, being sad, being happy, being cheerful, hype, 10 out of 10. Like a lot of people.
Pretty much every streamer on Twitch.
That
I would say.
goddamn fucking W, whatever.
Yeah, that went. Everyone's got one of those.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I fucking hate those ones.
Yeah, like people
everyone has like a wrecked. Everyone has like a 10 out of 10 or whatever the fuck.
You've got your staple emotes for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, what can I do that's blue ocean strategy? Like I'm gonna go with my own direction and completely go out there. So no one's really pushing the weeb, anime, otaku emotes that could be like so dank and potent that even the normies who don't watch any anime can appreciate them. So it's like the fact that you guys even like stop to look at them. I'm like, oh, I'm flattered that you like them. That's great.
Well, I mean, when you see a 4 emote snake girl in chat, I mean, you gotta be like, who the fuck has a 4 emote snake girl?
Dude, for the longest time, I thought that the snake thing was Night Blues. I thought that was Night Blues, and then I actually looked into because I thought it was a LOL hero or something, and then I actually looked over and I was like, oh, that's and then I actually that day I ended up looking at the other one of your emotes and like, Some good stuff on there, man. I like it.
Well, wait. I haven't even flexed her yet. See, here's the thing. Okay, you see the snake girl, but you don't even know about the emote tech that went into the thought of Mia. So, for example, here, try 2, right? The middle one.
Yeah.
That is deliberately meant to be able to loop infinitely into itself.
Right.
So you can extend the length of your affection. Plus, the wave that Mia is making, try 4, that can be seen as both a departure goodbye wave or a hello wave. So the idea is the more affectionate you are with your greeting or leaving, the longer you make the snake girl. So you got that. Plus, the placement and alignment of her body and face was done in a way where you can actually replace try 4 with any emote you want. So you can just like replace. Face. So you can just do like PogChamp. It's a snake PogChamp, for example. So you can, there's tech that went into that.
I like it.
So all of that was like thought of beforehand to make sure, like, I'm gonna do a multi-part emote. I'm gonna make sure that it really changes the emote game forever.
I feel like the multi-part emotes too have, and we're just going off on a complete tangent here, but I feel like the first one I remember seeing was Witwix's, like, is it Wit 1, Wit 2, Wit 3, Wit 4 for the blocks?
But yeah.
Yeah.
Italian has one too with the whammies and stuff.
Oh, was he before Witwix's? I don't know who came first there, but
I was proud. I don't know if it was the first, but it was the first time I'd ever seen a two caster combo emote. The man.
Yeah, you guys had the first one. Yeah, for sure.
JP and Strippin have a combo emote too.
We did. We basically copied that from it. Zeke and Man weren't in the conversation, but we totally copied it from. It didn't come up. We had it go live, and I was like, oh yeah, we totally copied that from Zeke and Man. But whatever. It's imitation. It's the finest form of flattery, Zeke. So take it that way. Don't be jealous. There you go.
No, I had a thing to point to bring, or not, maybe not a point, but something to talk about. So you don't have to explain. I don't think you don't have to like try very hard to explain like.
Nice. That was a good one. Don't try very hard.
That was an accident. I'm accidentally hilarious.
Okay.
All right. You don't have to try very hard to tell people that like that's me. Like I have to like the pink hair guy. That's me. Like, what? Yeah, that's actually me. They're like, nah, that's not. But like yours looks like you. It must be a lot easier.
Oh man. Actually, it's. Do you want to know the story of how that happened? It's actually a pretty funny story.
Absolutely.
All right. So, 2012, or actually, okay. So I've been streaming on Justin TV from prior to Twitch TV debuting in June 2012. So I was, I guess, a Twitch old boy, if you want to call it that, and I'm sure we all are at this point. Mm-hmm. And I was a way smaller stream at that time. I had maybe 300, 400 viewers on a good day, and they when I was doing actually last night I was doing a story time recap. I just came back from anime convention in Houston, Texas, and I live in Louisiana, and they so I was showing off all the pictures, and I had this one picture, the TryHard picture, where it was like this incredibly awkward smile I made because I took this picture next to this like really cute girl, this one autograph signing for Team 4-Star, and me and her we had a really good time, but made this really terrible awkward smile, and my chat was like, dude, crop the picture out and please let me use that to put it on stuff. So my chat on its own, unprovoked, organically made that into its own like in-chat meme where they were putting it on everything. Like there'd be like pictures of like a dude outside of Popeyes, like Popeyes chicken and biscuits on sale, 10 cents off today. And like it was my face like so excited about 10 cents off. And they even had like not only me excited with the picture, but my reflection in the mirror. They did it like really, really well done. It was hilarious. And eventually one of the OG Twitch cops came in there and was like, and first off, I'd never had cops on stream before. I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, dude, there is Twitch staff in here right now. I played Beating the Beast, Be Our Guest on full volume, like the entire song, just like I want to know, like, be our guest, be our guest. And I'm sitting there like going absolutely ham as I could, playing my hardest Yoshi level with the most tech skill, controller cam going crazy. And the cop was like, yo, why is this guy trying so hard? And the rest history.
Do you remember? I mean, which cop was it?
Oh, it was crap, Bionic Bunyan. What's
horror?
Horror, yeah, there we go. Horror.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, it was horror. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, the OG.
Horror. Yeah, that's I haven't heard that name for quite some time.
He gave me mine too.
Yeah, he was. That's an old school admin for sure. Well, let's talk a little bit more about your stream in general. You said you started a long time ago on the Justin TV days. Do you remember, like, what were you always a part of the speedrunning community even back then, or was that something that came later?
All right, so funny thing actually, even though I'm not the most involved currently, or the transitions and whatnot, I actually go all the way back. I have been speedrunning since 2004, like when I was 15, like when there was like before YouTube, before any reality of like revenue, monetization, or even just like reception, right? Because it was very, very niche. Yeah, I go all the way back then. So whenever like streaming resources became generally affordable to everyone in like 2010, 2011,
Yeah,
I hopped on. I started streaming in February 2011, and right away I already had like the because I was kind of known in the speedrun community. I already had like a decent momentum. Like when I started, I'd say maybe like 20 to 25 viewers. Or I never had like the whole like the single digit slump where you have to just get out of the bottom of a directory of any game you're playing.
yeah. One of the hardest parts about
Hardest
starting
part,
streaming,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, so I can't relate to that, unfortunately, because I already had a pre-existing context prior to starting in.
Finally, someone else that doesn't relate to this. Because I'm the same exact way, and everyone's like, "Fuck you, JP. You're an asshole." So I got you. Man.
That's for different reasons, JP.
No, still. I mean, there's very many reasons. That being one of them, though.
One of many.
Continue on the Trihex.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What was I talking about? I was talking about how I got into streaming. Is that what we're talking about?
The beginning of your channel.
Yeah, beginning of the
Single
channel. You
digit
started with like a pretty good amount of viewers, more so than most people start out with.
Okay, so yeah, I saw that every other so yeah, I was doing speedrunning for a very long time, and I was like, because all right, so let's go back here. All right, so it was always like I was streaming 3 to 4 days a week, and then I was a server at a restaurant at Chili's for like long time. So I always had the idea of what works well with serving is presentation and being accessible. Like when people ask questions, they feel comfortable enough to make themselves vulnerable about what they don't know, to have me explain and have them help understand everything, right? So I always enjoyed that idea of being as accessible as possible. And so I always brought like my server swag and sociology observations into streaming. So I was always a little bit different than most other speedrun streams, where it was typically for them was just like game feed and like their timer, and that was it.
Right,
Whereas I was like, no, I want to talk to you guys. Like I always had like things I wanted to talk about and explain. So eventually, what that built up into was like, all right, well, what could make the person who doesn't care about Yoshi's Island really care about the games I play? And I was like, well, when I play a little bit extraordinary, because I'm playing like really high APM, actions per minute. My fingers are like literally flying across the controller in a way that's unique to how most games are typically played, because Yoshi Island is so expressive.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see my controller cam, you're just like, dude, is this guy like Asian, Japanese? Like, what is going on, dude? So I was like one of the beginning ones to really like push like 60 FPS controller cam, and people loved it. Even if you don't get the game right away, you can see the hands flying everywhere, and you understood that there was like some serious action going on there. And over time, that built to where people really came back for me more so than whatever game I was particularly playing. And I thought that was great. Like it really blew me away. And perhaps like the part where I really thought streaming was like the thing I didn't think I'd really get into it that much was I used to think in the beginning that like every person in chat, I forgive me if I'm being a little crude here, I thought everyone was like a basement dwelling, double chin, neck beard,
Sure.
pizza drool face, pimpled, whatever, right? Like,
Denizen of the internet. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I thought everyone was just like a tremendous, oh God. And no, and I'm blown away because there was people in my chat who were like, yo, I have a PhD in microbiology. Yo, I work at Apple, not Apple Store. I work at Apple. I work
at Apple
like,
proper.
Yo, I sub to you and I love you. And dude, if you ever are in New York City, come hit me up and I'll take you to the Google place we have lunch at. And I'm like, these people these smart, intelligent, beautiful people that I would have never interacted with otherwise, I am now connecting with via streaming. And it's like that social circle of like acceptance and humbleness is just like, you can't put a price on that. So
True.
Yeah, I love to push it further and get to know people I wouldn't have known otherwise, amongst many other things. But definitely, I never thought streaming would be like, I was also gonna go into animation actually, but like, yeah, this has been a very pleasant surprise actually.
When was it? You mentioned you worked as a server. I think you said Chili's. When did it become kind of like your full time thing, or do you even consider yourself a full time streamer at this point in time?
Okay, I am a full-time streamer as of August 2015,
Okay.
and I was a server at Chili's. Actually, get this one. I never thought it would be that long, but it was for 8 years, from August 07 to.
At the same Chili's?
No, I switched out. I used to live. I lived in a small town, like a very rural small town. When I'm talking small, I'm talking like the town was so rural that the internet. Like our internet was literally slower than 3G. My 3G on my phone in 2009 was faster than the broadband we had there. I'm talking no, no. Let me really emphasize this here, okay? I'm talking like 0.1 down, 0.05 up.
So Google searches were the extent of your internet.
To give you an idea, okay, I painfully noticed fact here. YouTube did not have 240p as a video quality option until 2012, which meant I could not load YouTube. YouTube anything meant I had to just like let it load, go AFK, play like my one player offline games. I don't have Xbox Live or I don't have any internet to play anything on the internet, period. And I'll come back to it later. It's actually funny because probably a major reason I found speedrunning appealing, because it's mostly you playing one player games and optimizing them and just finding infinite replay value in the games you already enjoyed in the past, was because my internet was so bad. I couldn't embrace Halo 2 Xbox Online. I had to go to my friend's house to play Halo 3 whenever we were trying to do, a team ranked and whatnot, when I was like really net deep on Halo 3 back in the gap. But yeah, like just bad internet dictated so much of where my gaming, I guess, career went down.
You mentioned, I guess to focus a little bit more on the speedrunning thing, what was like, I guess, how did you stumble upon that world, or was it something where you just, I want to get really good at this game, and then you found that world? Like, what was that process? Oh,
you're asking the best questions, by the way. I haven't gone over this actually a really long
time. You're the best guest we've ever had on this show. I just want to say this up front. Anytime you want to replace Coh and Zeke, just I'm
gonna just say shit, man. I'm just sitting here, just like enjoying. Like, you keep talking, man.
Oh, dude, no, you guys are too awesome. Okay, so the crap, what was it again? I already forgot the question. I was too busy being flattered.
When did you get into speedrunning world, and like how did that happen?
Crazy miracle of coincidence. Okay, so let's go back to yesteryear. You remember back in 2003 when gaming?
Hold on, let me give you a good like slide guitar in the background. I'll tell you a story.
Okay, all right. Back in 2003, when gaming magazine publications were like the thing, whenever like Electronic Gaming Monthly,
EGM,
Pro, EGM, like when those magazines were like the things we were using as our primary source of gaming news. That seems so surreal to even think about now. But
it seems so fucking slow to think about that was like the source of news, was a monthly magazine. and apart from that, there wasn't news. You didn't get anything about video games until those came out.
Correct. Yeah,
it's kind of fucking bizarre.
I'd love like a documentary on that. Actually, that'd be phenomenal. Think about just how things were 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy for sure.
I used to subscribe to Official PlayStation Magazine, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and a couple other magazines altogether. And as you know, the retail copies of these magazines included bonus DVDs with extra content, right? But I was a huge fan of EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, so much so that I was a yearly subscriber back when, me being a broke 14-year-old, I would tell my mom, for Christmas, get me my 2-year subscription of EGM. Like,
yep.
I would lie and tell I'm reading, like, get off me, I need this. Like, so she's like, okay, well he's reading, so he's being a good boy or whatever. So
I wonder how, like, in the chat, how many people know what EGM is? If you've ever read an issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly, like, say so in the chat, 'cause I really wonder how many people even know what that is. Or Game Pro, or the PC Gamer's still around, obviously, but it's more of an online presence.
Dude, I was cleaning like 2 weeks ago and I found an EGM disc with The Sims Online, Ultima Online demo, and Earth and Beyond.
Nice.
Dude, I have to find mine too, actually. I still have like a bunch of like late 90s Game Pro issues around.
I still have the fucking silver issue of Nintendo Power for the Mega Man issue.
Nice.
Like that's some old school shit right there.
I love Nintendo Power, dude.
That was the best.
That was the shit.
It was
Especially
so good.
because like they took so much pride in like making that like flashy and available for kids my age, because it was like right in my wheelhouse. And like the covers, like I can't like they had the best magazine covers of all time was Nintendo Power.
Yeah, they did. They were great. So, Trihex,
All right,
EGM.
so to
Game
continue,
Mags.
actually, I want to take a second here to really flex on that. The fact that like the reason I was so into EGM. All right, so every other magazine you can tell there was definitely like a bias. Like there was like, you know, we have to like kiss our corporate sponsors' butt and really flex on, like how amazing the futuristic Xbox original was.
There was the official Xbox magazine. There was the official PlayStation magazine. Everyone had the official X magazine.
Right.
Yeah.
But EGM, I felt, was like the ones that really went the hardest on like having a neutral perspective, giving you insight on what like developers talking about. Like, I feel like if the whole Infinity Ward like buyout and like crunch hour labor practices that Activision endorsed back when Modern Warfare 2 happened in 2008, 2009.
Yep.
I feel like EGM was definitely the one who would have been like giving you like the I don't care if we're gonna get in trouble, we're gonna do this interview and we're gonna expose how disgustingly fraudulent the industry has become now with like respecting developer just health, dude. Like you can't be giving me 130-hour crunch weeks to get Modern Warfare 2 out. I have family and kids. I'm dying here. Like, and then you jip me up overtime, and then you laid me off when I finished the game for you. Like, you don't even keep me continually employed between games to show that you respect and trust me. You treat me like dirt. Like, I'm sorry, it's a little bit specific right there, but just to give you an idea, like, EGM definitely picked up on that.
They were proper journalists, is what you're getting at.
Correct. Yeah. And well, so I was huge into EGM, and my subscription happened to expire on this one particular month. And we were going on a road trip to somewhere for the summer. You know, I was 14, 15, so wherever the parents went, I had to go with them or whatever. And I think we were going to Florida actually for Disney World, believe it or not. And we had a portable DVD player, which I would use like a DC to AC converter or like a car to AC converter to play to play GameCube on. Actually, get that. We play Double Dash and Melee and all the other stuff. And well, this one particular issue that I bought between subscription renewals had a bonus DVD in it. Whenever you would subscribe to EGM, the issues would come mailed to your mailbox, but it didn't include the disc. That would often be only for the retail versions because of the lower price, right? Mm-hmm. So this one issue I had the bonus DVD in it, and that DVD had a 5-minute demo reel for this website trying to expand itself called Speed Demos Archive, which was like the old I
didn't know they had that type of advertising prowess.
It was their only. It's funny because retrospect now it's even crazier because that was their one only real attempt to branch out with like marketing and speedrunning. They hadn't done anything like that until like 5 years later in 2009 with like some more videos before, which ultimately led up to the Games Done Quick series of charity marathons. But yeah, like this one incident in 04, they did this one random PR thing and then nothing for 5 years later.
This is the video right here that you're talking about.
Dude, where did you?
I just Googled. I'm not fancier.
Oh my God, you found it. That's crazy. Dude, yes, this video. This is the video I saw in my car on a portable DVD player in 2004. And I was like, whoa, people do this? Let's fucking go, man. Like, oh, dude, I'm blown away. This
is some low res shit right here, man. That's 2004.
Oh my God, dude, you're taking me on a field trip right now.
It even said that's pretty crazy that in 2004 they even have like the name, the percentage, like everything. Like this is pretty well done. This is actually impressive to see this.
Dude,
I bet there are people. I know for a fact there are people out there that would watch this video and go like, oh my God, that was the day before, you know, the sky jump. Oh my God, I mean, how long did it take him to finish that? It's like, we've got like an hour off of that speed run.
Yeah,
already,
I wonder what the speed run times are for these games now. Like, I bet you they're immense.
Dude, okay, if the Banjo-Kazooie one's in this video, like that thing is like, I would say like great grandmother cotton webs on every limb of the body old. Like just wow, so vanilla, no skiff whatsoever.
Didn't they run Donkey Kong at this past week? This is Donkey Kong Country 2, I think.
Yeah,
they ran this game, I think, last week. Or here's 64.
16 star, 26 minutes. That's oh my God.
Do you happen to know what the current one is? Roundabout?
Dude, 1630. Like 10 minutes whole off, dude. That is holy shit. That is old.
Here's the
Look
pick.
At that. Oh my God.
100% for 56. That's Super Smash Bros.
Oh my
The text
god.
is so bad I can't read it. So low res.
Ugh. So,
So
all right.
this
So I
video
guess
is what got you into it.
this is what awakened me that this existed. Yeah, and I was like, okay. And you saw there actually was a couple of Yoshi Island videos from like the speedrunning grandfather David Gibbons, and I was like, okay, wait, I'm actually playing this game right now. Because at the time I had a DS Fat, I had a Super Mario Advance for Yoshi's Island, I had the inferior GBA port, and oh my god, look at that time. Oh, there's David Gibbons. Look at that time.
3 hour 57
That
minutes
is
in.
that's like over an hour's off at this point. That is crazy. Holy crap. Well, if you're wondering, I guess if you wanted me to follow up here, like what propelled me to Yoshi's Island actually was like,
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a Yoshi Island video, and I was like, okay, well, I'm in the car right now. I have my DS Fat on me. I have Yoshi's Island on me. Let me try this out. Let me see what I can do. And bro, that was it. It was game over. Like it was absolute harmony, love at first sight. Because even I can tell you now, like even at this point, sure, I might be a little biased because Yoshi was my first speedrun game and my favorite one, my main one. It's my everything.
Mhm.
But it's genuinely a game that is unlike every other game on here right
This
now.
is it right here, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
That was
Yoshi's Island is expressive. It's very open. The skill ceiling is high. The movement is great. It's extremely fluid. It's to give you an idea, just like I'll give you like a comparable like metaphor of how deep the tech goes in that game. Yoshi's Island is essentially Mega Man X if Mega Man had an arm that could reach across any direction, a screen and a half full period, any given time. Like those eggs, you have 6 eggs that can shoot in any direction. They go a screen and a half full anywhere you want to go. Your movement is fluid. Very little moves cause lag. Pretty much as fast as your hands can go is as fast as the game is going to let you do stuff. Like it is just ridiculous.
I'm pulling up some. I think this is your. Yeah, this is from 2014. This is your Yoshi's Island run.
Oh my god.
So just so people can understand exactly what you're talking about, and also understand that this was
Also, nice
3 years
shorts,
ago.
bro.
Yeah, nice shorts. This was 3 years ago, and how much that event has changed in just size and scope.
Oh yeah, it's gotten oh man. Like this was the all right, so this one, what year is 2014? 2014 was the last year. There was 450 attendees total, like IRL there. And to give you a comparison now, just 2 years later, 2016, we had 1450 attendees.
Damn.
Yeah, it's every year's been getting up there. It went from 450 to 1K to 1200 to now 1450. It just keeps getting bigger and
This looks
bigger.
like it was shot in like the lobby of the Motel 6.
I have to.
I
Ask,
mean, now it's in the fucking Hilton.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh man.
I have to ask Trax, for someone that that's been going to these, and Zeke, you just went to your first one, but for you specifically, Trax, did you enjoy it when it was smaller, or do you enjoy it now where it's it's becoming this thing that is just massive? And I mean, now you guys are it's a normal thing to raise $1 million every single time.
I'll never get used to $1 million. That's always crazy to me. But just because like the first year was like, man, if we raise $2,000, we've already like kicked ass. Like that was, I think the original, like the original goal was like 5K, like on the DL, but we put the public goal was like as 2K because we didn't want to fail our first try.
Sure.
Yeah, so it was, oh my god, yeah. I would say that there's a charm to both. In the beginning, whenever it was smaller, it was more of a speedrun centric atmosphere. So like if you weren't a speedrunner, you would kind of be lost in what's it. Oh, I caught that. Oh, I caught the thing. That's sick, dude. Awesome. You chose some good parts here to highlight. All right. Yeah, like if you weren't a speedrunner, you kind of feel a little left out now. But now it's like you can be an attendee and easily enjoy your 7-day stay at GDQ. So that's kind of changed a little bit. There's a different charm to it now. But yeah, no, I still enjoy it a ton.
I guess Zeke, for you to jump in, like you've now we talked to you a little bit about it last week, but you're back. You experienced your first GDQ event. Like as a spectator, you were talking about how last week it was a little bit tiresome to sit in the audience for 6+ hours watching someone play the game, but it's done and over with. Where are you at now with it?
well, here's the like your first time at an event, you go in completely blind. You don't know what to expect. Like there are things. If I went to another one, there would be things that I would definitely be like changing. Like I would bring a nice butt pad.
The seats aren't that great.
The chairs, they're just like you know, like
They're hotel
diner,
chairs,
like diner chairs.
Yeah.
They're not super duper padded or comfortable to sit in for, you know, extended periods of time. So I bring that, or I bring like my own, like a comfortable camp chair or something like that. I don't know if that they would allow it or whatever, but there's certain things that I would change.
You can do whatever you want to do, honestly. Yeah, like.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing was, like, I love the long speed runs. Those are my favorite ones. The marathonish speed runs. I sat through the entire like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask block. I sat there for like 7 hours.
Was that Friday or Thursday? 'Cause I think I watched a little bit of that.
I'm not sure, but those are my absolute favorite because like I can like get up and, you know, go to the bathroom in the middle of it, come back and, you know, see what's happening.
Yeah, cutscenes are love. You know, cutscenes are life. Yeah, you get that.
And but yeah, like there's certain things that I would do. I really like to, like, if I went back to another one, I would want to be involved. You know, I want to be like volunteering, doing something. You know,
yeah, definitely
be of service to the whole thing, because I mean it's cool to watch, but like to be a part of it, like everybody there, man. It was just really like. Now, okay, the speedrunning community is different than the, like, if you go to AGDQ, it's completely different experience than if you go to like a PAX or a TwitchCon or whatever, because there's a little more like a sense of purpose for this event, not only because it's a charity, but because these guys want to like show off their skills, you know, and they have them, and they're amazing to watch. So there's a bit more like of a bit more of a serious tone, and then like, you know, walking around and like there's not like parties every night or anything like that. Like everybody's pretty like focused on what the thing is about, and it was really cool to see. And also it was really cool to see like people that because I'm just dabble. I watch AGDQ every time it's on, but I don't know like a lot of the like, I know like the biggest names, but not, like there are people who were getting like fangirled over, like because I saw you get fangirled over, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I'll never get used to that. Like,
but I did the same things. Like I wanted to come up to you after I saw you, but you were like, you know,
and you did it. And you did it.
Getting called out, Zeke. You're getting called out.
I didn't.
Yeah. See, look, I was gonna bring up here. Like, I didn't even know you were there. I didn't want to bother you. Oh my god!
You were in the butter zone, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't bother you.
So, you know, look. I'm gonna call you out right now. We had that moment at TwitchCon. I know you remember. It was like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I remember.
It was a starry skied night, and we had that spontaneous 20-minute real talk. We had that bromance.
Yeah.
And then you just
kebabs were in the air.
Like, if anyone could come up to me, you didn't even throw me the tweet, let me know you were there. I would have pushed the fattest person out the way and been like, you're human Katamari, you gotta go. I would have dashed.
No, dude, listen. The reason why I didn't do that is because I was there as a fan, man. I was just enjoying the shit out of myself. And like there was people, I barely said hello to anybody. I wanted to talk to you, want to talk to Spike. Like there's tons of people I just either didn't get a chance, or the person that I want to talk to, it was right after their run and they were like, you know, in a crowd of people or being interviewed or whatever.
Yeah, what is it like, I guess, for someone who only has seen the stream, and I think that's the majority of people that watch this thing, when a runner finishes, do they just kind of like get off the stage and go do their own thing, or are they surrounded by people? Like, what is the process there?
Dude, I gotta stop here again. You have the best questions. Like the things that no one ever asks about. Okay, all right, so let's break it down. Okay, so there's 2 things that goes on right there. There is scenario A, which is like you let's say you run Star Fox 64, right?
Yeah.
So let's say there's scenario A, which is like you're the sole runner there, and there's no like the people who were behind you on the couch, like the intimate zone that's on like the stage or whatever.
Is that what is it officially called, the intimate zone?
I'm calling it that. I
Okay,
call it.
okay.
Like I want.
I thought we were getting some insider info there.
Well, okay. There's something I want to elaborate on that Ezekiel brought up earlier, but sorry, I wasn't going with that again. All right, so if you're alone and you have no other of the Star Fox community present with you, then it's like you, when you're done, you can either just get off and then continue doing your thing or whatever. But if it's like the community is there with you, like the community is there to back you up, and like, yeah, we're all happy that our game community here is being represented. This is extremely obvious with the Kingdom Hearts community. Whenever a KH
there were
runs,
so many people there for that one.
that is a huge, like, KH has like, oh god, like I wouldn't be surprised if there was like 30 runners for that game for both for KH 1.5 and 2, like present there at the event. So whenever their run happens, it's like you can't even fit them all on the camera to so many of them. Damn. So whenever you're done, it's like, sure, there might be some fan sign or whatever, but what I want to do is like, yo, I want to go victory feast. Like let's go. I don't fucking care, dude. What are we eating now, bro? Let's go to Korean barbecue. Like I want the buffet. I want to do like a line of Coke off of my freaking hibachi or whatever hibachi stovetop, whatever we're doing, dude. Like, so typically it's like if there's a squad, we're gonna ditch here and go eat ASAP while the energy's high and whatnot. Okay. And if it's like a little more isolated, then you kind of sit around and probably talk to everyone about how the run did, or just go back in the audience. But typically for me, it's always been, when I finish a run, me and the Yoshi squad, we're gonna go eat somewhere like afterward. Like we dip out and go do that.
I just like the idea of doing a line of Coke off of hibachi.
Yeah.
That's fucking dangerous, man.
Yeah, dude, just light it up on fire and just like sniff it up. Let's go. But okay, though the thing,
don't do that, kids.
Earlier was about the
Did somebody say cocaine? I'm a unicorn in a suit and I sell drugs.
Sorry. I don't even know what that is. I don't know why we have that.
Dude, I still, to this day, the best cocaine I've ever gotten was sent to me by a viewer. It's right here. He even carved my old subscriber logo into the side. And it has a good handle on it. And it's seriously the best cocaine I've ever had. It smells
cocaine.
What? Oh, but that's what we're talking about, right?
Oh my! I just got it, dude. Oh my god!
Hold on. I thought you were like showing off a dildo or something. What the fuck? Show the cane again, real quick. What is this?
It's a cane. It's an actual cane. It's like a piece of wood and everything. It has like a rubber tip at the end. It's great. It smells fantastic.
Man, that thing would look real cool if it didn't have the rubber stopper at the end. You got to take that shit off, man.
I do. I do.
Just have like it just look like a cool wizard's walking stick if you just didn't have the rubber thing there. Otherwise, it looks like an old man cane, which maybe you're into that, Cope. Maybe that's what you cosplay or something on the weekends. I don't know. That's cool though. That's cool. So cocaine and hibachi, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, one more thing. So like the thing. So you said that it was like you want to get involved, you want to get more like intimate with the event, and you would enjoy it more, right? And that's probably the as I was trying to keep it a little more polite, but I feel like we got to get a little more real here. When it comes to the GDQ, the one issue with the fact that it grew now, it's not like a issue on its fault. It's kind of like a logistic, like growing pains kind of thing. Whenever there was like sub 1,000 people present, like 450 or whatever, there was just not the compromise having this big audience in the stream room. You felt like you were part of the action. Comparatively now, as you know, there's 2 big projectors in the room and there's a bunch of chairs in the background. And just the fact that you're no longer there in the immediate vicinity of those who are doing the speed run, who are on the couch or on the chair, who are talking there, you're not really part of that anymore. You're kind of on the back and you're part of the audience now. You're not part of the experience. Like if you look at a YouTube video of like Summer Games Done Quick 2013, look at the stream room there. You are part of the experience. Like whenever there's like a 120-star speedrun going on, you feel like you're right there. You can just you can reach out and touch the runner and you're there cheering them on. You feel like you're in that energy. It's so much more intimate.
That is the thing that I think that now that it's getting bigger and bigger,
this is small.
That it lacks. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for more of it like a crowded around the person, like, but the way it was set up was there was a stage with the runners and the couch and the chairs and the televisions and whatever. And then there was another like sort of like couch behind it that was like on a lower level, with like some people, and then the rest of the chairs were in the audience, and they were separated by these two enormous screens, like, you know, just huge like theater screens on either side. And there was definitely, that's the one thing I would say I didn't like about it, is there was a lack of camaraderie, a lack of intimacy, you know, a lack of like it wasn't, I didn't feel like I was
part of the environment. No,
exactly.
It feels like you're watching a stream. You're in the room watching the stream. Like when you could be in your hotel room, probably, you know, naked, comfy, with a huge pizza and a 2-liter.
Right.
More comfortable than you were there. No, yeah, that's the issue. And honestly, I don't know really how to fix that either, other than just like, do you just make the stream room like, you know, VIP only? Like, what do you isolate to rate the intimacy? Like, I'm not quite sure what you do. So all I know is that right now, whenever I have a run, I tell, like, I kind of look, don't tell them I kind of break the rules. I'm just like, all right, look, I want all my squad here. Like, I don't fucking care. We're gonna steal chairs and fit everyone in here. Let's fucking go, son. So, like, you noticed during the Stepmania, actually, I kind of enforced this during the Stepmania block. You guys saw that?
The Stepmania was one of the best. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show it here on stream so people can check it out.
Oh, dude, yeah, that'd be sick. Well, Stahan, who did the Stepmania thing. Okay, so you can see there, he was like, it's his first time at the event. He was like, am I gonna be allowed to like bring friends on with me? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna bring everyone there with me. Trust me. Like, we're filling up the couch. I'm grabbing 8 chairs. I don't fucking care. Let's go, dude. So we had like the entire squad. There were so many of us there, as you can see, that you have second to the left there, you have Dan Savalto with the burgundy sweater on. He's sitting on the arm of the couch. The couch is already filled up to the T. You can't even see me. Like, to the very far left there, like, there's my left shoulder.
Oh yeah.
And there's like people to the left of me, there's people to the right of the other camera too. Like we were. I wanted you guys to know that we are a tight family and we roll deep. Like, definitely. And I will always go for doing that for any run I have, or any run that I for people I care about a lot. I want you guys, always.
If you guys haven't seen this before, go watch it with audio, because they had the mic that he was using was picking up him hitting the keys, and he's going, I think it was someone did the math, it's like 1500 BPM or some shit like that, or sorry, APM, which is actions per minute. So it's like 1500 keystrokes every minute or some shit like that, like 25 keystrokes.
Yeah, I can confirm to you it's 30 keys per second.
30 keys a second, which, think about that, 30 keys a fucking second.
1,000. 30 presses.
Dude, I was streaming when this guy was doing this, and I didn't know it was coming on, and my chat just started flooding with, what? Like, do you see this guy? And I was crazy. Like, what's going on? Like, what am I doing? Like, what's going on? And it just literally started getting spammed out the screen, and I was like, what is going on? And they start going, AGDQ, this is ridiculous. This isn't pre-recorded. So I was like, guys, okay, like, you know, I'm sitting there playing my game, and then I was like, you know what? Okay, screw it. I literally opened it on the left side of the screen, and for 30 seconds of my stream, I'm just sitting there going.
This was one of those runs that, like, this specific run went viral. Like, everyone was tweeting about it.
Yeah, PC Gamer, Kotaku. I was like, dude, we're in there. Rhythm games we're gonna make it happen, dude.
I was surprised that like about a week or two ago, the I forget his name. Maybe you know it, the Osu runner. Or not the Osu runner, but the Osu player who got like the #1 score on some certain song that was like the best in the world or some shit, was streaming and got up to like 9,000 or 10,000 viewers just on his own personal stream. And that's when I saw this. I was like, oh, I wonder if he's going to be there, because that was a huge thing that happened the week before. But I guess he wasn't for whatever reason. But it was kind of in the same line of this. Like, it's a different method. He uses it's the equivalent of a Wacom tablet. I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
If you've never seen that before, go watch the run that he did. It's not even a run. Go watch the song that he did, because it's just as impressive as this.
Well, like this was the Tetris of this year, like the Tetris.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Holy,
it was
the super playing is what.
Yeah, I can't even comprehend how these people like think this fast and can make their fingers do like it's like watching a human TASBot.
Yeah.
No, you got to show the final one when he did like the
when he did it backwards. Yeah.
Drunk Dizzy and still gets a 2K plus combo while hitting 24 keys per second. Like, just, I don't even know. Like, I try to not do it, just read it. I'm trying to read it, and I can't figure out where he is staring.
Yeah, like I don't
in the middle. I don't. Oh my god. Dude.
So let's describe it real quick because they do it here.
I didn't even see this one because I saw like the first one. I didn't see him do anybody do this one.
Yeah. So the top two left at the top of the screen is the input line, and the bottom two right is the input line for that. And also the numbers are the directionals are spinning. So he's going off the color. Is that what he's going off of to know what color or what direction it is?
It's visual cue muscle memory for the columns. He sees the column he identifies as going to be left, down, upright.
Okay. All right. So yeah, just look at that for a second. He gets this perfect. He gets 2197. He only never missed a single one, which is pretty fucking insane to be able to do that. So this was like the best
Christ,
thing.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the best one. And he was talking when he was doing it too at the beginning, which is even more.
Yeah, that's actually okay. Like I can give some small insight there. What you want is to you want to tunnel out. You want the tunnel vision. You just kind of want to like drift into autopilot rather than consciously think about doing it. That's what you're trying to get into the zone.
Yeah,
you can do that is whenever you don't overthink the timing and you're able to maintain consistent, like marvelous grade inputs.
It's the caterpillar's dilemma or something like that. It's like if the caterpillar thought about all of his feet moving at once, he wouldn't be able to move around. It's like a parable. It's like
I like that. Yeah,
that's a good way to.
He wouldn't be able to move around. It's just an unconscious thing that all of his feet do what they're supposed to do.
It's really interesting because if you've noticed, almost all of the best speedrunners are like that. It's almost like the better you are at the game, the less focused they actually seem on it while they're kicking its ass.
Yeah, I kind of get that when I'm watching.
When he's doing his stuff, he's doing ridiculous stuff on the screen. He's just reading chat.
Yeah,
he's not even looking at the damn screen. He's just reading chat, and people are just. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It becomes like reflex. It becomes like an empire. They don't even need to think about it.
And I wonder how much this is actually how he acts in like the real world. Like I want to see him like go to McDonald's and order for like 20 people in like 3 seconds. Excuse me.
You know, you think he would carry over? Because all right, so the main one who did it, Stahan, he lives in Sweden, and when he came over, he lives in Norway. When he came over, I was like, all right, dude, we have the arcade here, we have in the groove cabinet, we have a DDR dancing cabinet. Do you play? You want to play with me? And he was like, I can't. I think what you do is amazing. I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, you think what I do is amazing? Have you, dude? I'm not. I can barely do tens right now. Are you kidding me? Like, dude, I can't even read and comprehend what you do.
So does he not have, to speak to that a little bit, does he not have the foot-eye coordination in that sense, but he has like the craziest hand-eye coordination? Is that kind of how, like I've never met someone that's that good at something that couldn't do it with like their entire body, if that makes sense.
It's definitely, yeah, there's like a lot of optimization going on there. Like you have to have like, you have to train, you have to figure out like if you want to use like your middle finger and your index finger, you have to be like, even because for example, let's say he's not ambidextrous, you have to become, I would say, ambidextrous to really trust your non-dominant hand's middle finger to do as much function as your dominant hand could do. Okay. Like I just imagine trying to, I don't know, I guess like just draw with your other hand really, but like simultaneously while the other hand's doing it. Like that, you have to get to that level of familiarity with these inputs to do it that well.
Yeah,
I would say.
I know a little
bit. To transfer to foot, it's like I'm sure he could do it, but it would require him to like completely neglect maintaining his like S tier caliber on this end to get good at that end. Right.
And I think for me personally, I have I have more respect than the average person because I played a lot of DDR when I was in high school. My brother worked at GameWorks, so I played every Friday for like 10 plus hours, and I was doing like 10-step songs and all that shit. And then I played Step MIDI on the PC because I didn't own an actual metal pad. Right. And so I know kind of this, but I was nowhere near this level of good. And so like watching this, I'm just like, this is fucking stupid, man. Cause like, it's just absurd to be able to do something this quick.
Did anyone else immediately start thinking of JP doing DDR when he said that?
Dude, I'm not kidding. I was actually the guy that was like doing the trick flips over the handlebars and would like do spins. I was actually legit at that.
Is there any documents of this anywhere?
We never recorded any of it, unfortunately.
evidence of this.
My brother
Because
and all the people that I
used
played
to-
with.
I used to play b-ball with Scottie Pippen. And I would dunk on him all the time.
Zeke, it
Well, there's no video of it, but just believe me what I'm saying.
Zeke, at PAX South, if we can find a DDR machine, we'll go play, and you could, I could do one song before I pass out.
At the PJ Sultan, dude. I saw
Oh, that's
you,
right. Okay,
I saw
that's
you
right.
dance it up.
That's right. I forgot about that. That was annoying though. That was a fucking shitty plastic pad. So I don't want to talk about that.
I
Yeah, like
kept,
that.
kept, like, moving around and shit.
Yeah. I was about to
Unfair.
fucking slip and break my ass on stage. But anyways, what were some of the other ones that you guys? I have like the top 10 list from Reddit that people were linking. It's got a
Okay, you want me to throw out like another one like right away?
Yeah, go ahead.
Taskbot. The Taskbot block was fantastic. Please tell me you guys saw the task demonstration. Task being the tool assisted speedrun where they use like slowed down emulator and precise frame data to execute the absolute possible.
What
the
game
absolute
was
most
that
likely
in?
possible. Okay, for
Break it
Mario
down frame by
Kart
frame.
64,
It was Mario what?
The Mario Kart 64 Taskbot demonstration was
Okay, let me try
insane.
to find it.
Even for me, who had seen their previous generation prior year 64 Mario Kart task things, they had new things they had discovered since then a year later. This is like second or third generation improvements of that, and it completely blows your mind what they do.
Let's see.
Now, I got to tell you
have
this.
Oh, go ahead, Zeke.
I got to tell you this. Now, I actually had breakfast at the hotel that they were having the event at. And I was up there, and they had these huge tables, so everyone was sitting with other people. And I sat down at a table with the Taz guys, and they are. I mean, everybody there is like super friendly and super excited to be there. But I gotta say, like, we're all nerds. Like everybody on this, like, but there's like levels. Like those guys are like
They're programming nerds.
they're awesome. They're like the really like they spend hours and hours in front of code.
Yeah.
Or whatever, doing this shit, and they're like the king nerds. I would say I would crown them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're people that make jokes by using like functions and shit. So of course they're the king
have
nerds.
complicated like theorems on their shirt, and the other guy goes, "Oh, that's funny."
Exactly. The Taskbot stuff was, I didn't know this was there, the Mario 64 one. So what is this to I guess probably reiterate what he was saying? It's just the fastest routes that they have to do input by like frame perfect input the entire time, or what is this?
All right, what they're doing here are things that would require absolute manipulation of the computer opponents to even achieve.
Okay.
Like for example, here he's using the mushroom to bounce off of an opponent AI Bowser, who's a heavy class, so you can bounce off him high enough to then go into the invalid warp zone where the key two confuses where you were and triggers the next lap early. Like just something completely infeasible
Jesus.
for real-time play.
Okay.
Like
Jesus. I didn't. Okay. You can't, like, if you just look at it, you're just like, what is this fucking idiot bouncing into this thing for? But when you think about what you just said, that's.
And then it's just like, oh, and he finished first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And even here, for example, in the Bowser's Castle level, he is doing lap one purely to set up these banana peels, to which he's setting up in a certain way that will cause the AI opponents to behave just the right way, because he's going to need Bowser and DK to do a certain thing at a certain time, and then use those mushrooms to bounce off of them to be able to like skip laps 2 and 3. So while lap one's kind of a boring lap, wait until you see in like another like 10 seconds what he's going to do with like laps 2 and 3. They will fly by.
How long does it take for them to like? Do you have any idea how long it takes for them to? What the fuck was that? That was insane. How long it takes for them to set something like this up? Like, I look at this and I'm just like, how much time did they spend figuring this
awesome.
Dude,
That's
like,
insane.
like no one saw that coming. Like they kept that under wraps. I don't think they leaked at all. And you're just like, what? And then, okay, not only that.
Wow.
Now the whole thing here is like it's a taskbot demonstration. So they're using Rob, robotic operating buddy from the NES. They're using a physical thing to execute their code on a real actual console. This is not on some PC isolation. This is actually being done on a real N64 the entire time this is happening, which is why the setup for it took so long the entire time.
Right. They're
How do they get the program onto it? Like, what do they? Is it actual physical manipulation, or is it?
It's a physical manipulation. They're actually going in and like looking at the different. I don't know the specifics of it, but from what he explained on the stage during one of them, They were actually going in and like messing with all of the physical components of the system and getting into that system that way and feeding it data over their computer, over their laptop. And they're actually reading the code in real time on their laptop. Which is like, what the fuck? Like, those guys are like super, super genius and could be doing, and probably do other crazy work that we'll probably never hear about.
Right.
It was how long they can do it? Guys who like do like this shit for fun, and then they accidentally discover like, oh, this is a brand new like tech that's going to be used for the next 10 years, and it's just state of the art, and I just accidentally did it because I was doing this other TASBot thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. Trihex, you were gonna say for how long they practice this, or not practice, but like mess with this to learn how to do it?
Yeah, months, if not weeks plus at a time. There's because you have to explore every possibility. There's like just to even figure out how to use the AI opponents and how to because you ultimately, all right, you're like, okay, cool. I figured out that if I mushroom boost against a heavy class opponent, so Wario, DK, or Bowser, I can get a bounce reaction so high that I could possibly use that to manipulate the P2 to do something for me here. But how do I get them to behave the way I need them to, right? So you have to like explore every possibility throughout, one full lap of where they're going to be at point X and point Y and point Q and point N1 through N9 million. And you have to figure out where they'll be. Is that consistent?
And that's not, for those wondering, that's not looking at the game screen. That's reading the code to understand where it's at.
That's looking at the memory and the RAM data.
The actual zeros and ones, trying to decipher what that means in like the game representation rather than the data representation. So it's kind of fucking crazy. This is one they did of Super Mario Brothers 3, and they had, I think, the current world champion, world record holder on stage with them as well, and he was watching them play this, and they just break the shit out of this game. Like, they do some crazy stuff where the guy's like Mario's swimming in air with a frog suit, and they just like completely manipulate the game into, they made like this weird fake door screen, which I guess they implemented their code into the game to like make up this back door to where they could really run anything they wanted to in game. And I think they eventually ended up doing it for Super Mario World, where they created Super Mario World Maker.
Yep. And
made one of the levels from the Super Mario Maker run inside of Super Mario World for the SNES.
No, I think Panga actually made a specific for this. Like, he made a new thing.
Right, but it was one of the levels that they took from the Super Mario Maker. The
right, they recreated it.
What was it? It was the kill box or whatever that level was called.
It was a Seth Bling's level kill box.
It was already a known thing.
Yeah, and he basically took that and put it into the game, which is just like who even thinks about doing that? It's just fucking insane to see that type of stuff. Definitely worth watching it, and they do a much, much better job of explaining what the hell's going on, because they actually understood it, whereas I'm just repeating what they're saying in a poor manner.
The Zelda 2 one was fucking fantastic.
Zelda 2 run?
Yeah, they did a Zelda 2 Taz.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was
the NES Zelda 2 Taz. It was all like you can't even understand what's going on because Link is moving faster than the game can keep up, so it's the entire thing is like glitched. Like all the entire run is like, it looks like wonky, like you just like pop the cartridge out halfway in and just went, meh, those like screens you get sometimes on your old NES. It looked like that all the way through.
Oh, I'm trying to find that just to show people, but I can't. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. The Zelda 2 run, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. He's talking to someone, so you can't see it. It'll eventually come into play. I didn't see this. This must have... Oh, my God. Jesus. He's just going crazy.
Dude, yeah.
Is that just some weird glitch that allows them to propel themselves forward like that?
Actually, I don't know Zelda 2 well enough to actually know what's really going on here. Yeah, lots of wall zipping is all I really see going on here.
Gotcha.
And it would look more familiar if the actual game could keep up with what they were doing. Like, I'm sure there's wall clips and stuff, but I bet like a lot of the time they're actually in the right area. It's just the graphics can't keep up with how fast the fucking shit is going.
Gotcha.
Dude, there are some games that do that. In fact, there are even some tools to speed runs where they have to take the ROM and they'll hack the camera so that it's hacked to move and always keep up with the sprite on screen.
Wow.
In particular, not to derail or anything like that, but the Sonic Advance 2 tasks, you can actually move so fast in Sonic Advance 2 with like perfect inputs that the camera was always off screen trying to catch up with Sonic. It's just always scrolling the entire level. So they made a custom version where the camera actually keeps up with Sonic. That way you can comprehend what's going on. So it's literally a speed run that you'd want to watch twice, just so you can understand and appreciate what's going on in vanilla conditions, as well as able to understand what's going on, period.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's talk about one of my favorite things from the event, which was the Super Mario Maker team relay, which you were actually a part of. I know you're upset about your performance in it, so I won't talk about that too much. But
no, I don't mind. We can talk about that. It's already out there. Like
okay.
I can actually elaborate on why we lost so bad.
For someone that didn't see it, what happened?
So this, let's set it up.
You're gonna make excuses? Is that what you're gonna say? Okay. I'm ready.
Let's set it up. So Co and everyone else that didn't see this, what this is a 4-player relay race. There's 2 teams of 4, right? These are all respected runners for different Mario games as well as Super Mario Maker. And they had famous level creators. Panga was one of them, which I think was brought up already. Trihex, who were some of the other names, just so they get them out there?
All right, you had Panga, you had Dram. Dram is like the guy who literally speed ran the Kaizo Super Mario World ROM hack in the previous GDQ. Okay. Like, guy's a Kaizo master. He's OP. Like him on your team, you like he's the guy you pick for kickball right away.
Right away.
You'll take him and a bunch of like flukes just because you know he's gonna carry the team anyway. He's that OP.
Gotcha.
You had Andy, who is a Link to the Past speedrunner, but also plays Mario Maker pretty often. You had but like most homefully for me was Mitch Flowerpower, who was the gentleman who did the Mario Brothers 3 Kaizo speedrun this year, and also participated in the Super Mario World Mario Maker task block demonstration. Right. So he's a homie.
So they all created levels within Super Mario Maker, and then they didn't share them with anyone. And then these 2 teams of 4 ran all of these levels in a 1 hour and 30-minute block against one another. So they were blind runs. They'd never seen these levels before. And they would, like, player 1 would go, he would die, he'd toss it to the next guy, then they just keep going until they beat the level, until they beat all the levels together.
Who actually made the levels?
That's what we were just talking about.
They were just saying.
Yeah,
that
like
was
Panga,
I was telling you who was in the who was the racer. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Who made the levels? You have all right. So you had Panga, who's known for making those really hard, the infamous P break.
Yeah, the level that I showed last week when I mentioned Val's Fortress or whatever. He's one of the creators of that, if I'm correct, or not Val's Fortress, Val's Flying. I forgot what exactly it's called, but he's
Val's Airspace.
Yeah, is he that?
I don't think he made that level. I think that was actually someone else.
Oh, okay.
But, that level was insane. That
level's ridiculous.
That level was like 110 hour because you have to make it and then you have to like beat it in order to upload it. I want to say that was 100-hour affair to get that uploaded on the creator's end. Like, if I recall correctly.
I thought that was a Panga level. I'm mistaken. So, but yeah.
So real quick,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Actually, don't quote me on that one. But I would remember if that were the case. But
Co, what were we gonna say?
What is the infamous P break?
Oh my god!
Let me just show the level. Or no, it's in here, isn't it?
Just show the level. Yeah.
I'll find it eventually. It's just like
I caught that flex, by the way.
Oh, you like that? You like that?
The flex in the back there.
That's the kill box. So for me, like as I'm scrolling through this trying to find this, this is like, in my mind, and I tweeted something like this. This is the evolution of speedrunning. Like I would watch teams or like competitions like this where there was one speedrunner versus another speedrunner and blind playthroughs any day. Like this was so fucking fun to watch compared to just like a normal run where the guy's kind of explaining something that he's practiced over and over, which is still, don't get me wrong, it's still incredible to watch. But like watching just raw talent within these speedruns was incredible because these levels are not easy on any level. It was one of the most exciting things to watch.
I totally agree with you. The reason why that works so well is that there's actually a narrative. You know, there's comparatively when you see a well-rehearsed speed run and everything goes well the first time, you, the ignorant audience, ignorant being, you know, I feel that's too much of a negative connotation word, but it means a legitimate thing. You just don't know. An ignorant person, you don't have like the full context or a comparison of like there's no struggle, so you can't relate. So everything goes well, and you're like, okay, well, That's it. But if someone almost messes up and then has a clutch recovery, you understand that there was struggle, there was peril, there's just a narrative present there. It makes it more relatable altogether.
And I will comment on something that someone said in chat was, this is not speedrunning. You're right. It's not speedrunning. It's blind play of it's just blind play of a game.
Yeah, I mean, this is people that are really good at games playing each other for like tangible
exactly.
This is just as cool.
Is this the P block level on the right hand side or no? That's one of the levels that was created for this, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah.
I gotta find that level specifically. Do you remember how far?
Wait, you looking for P-break?
Yeah, was that not in here? They ran it afterwards, didn't they? Like the creators ran it.
Yeah, it was
speedrun.
Yeah, it was part of the hard levels, I think. But honestly, if you just go on YouTube and look up P-break, you can find it pretty easily. There's like because it's like it's Panga's like most infamous level, because it was the first level made in Mario Maker. It was like viral because it was so Kaizo hard because no one could clear it. Right. I want to say for weeks, no one cleared it actually, except him. So like people it was like the level, like it had like 100K plays and no one could beat it. It had like 0.01% only because it had to round up to 0.01% completion rate at some point. Just like absolutely insane. But yeah, it was generation 1 before there were checkpoints, before there were tiered upgrades with your with mushrooms and flowers and whatnot. There was just like, oh man,
there's Mitch right there.
All right, so here you go. This is the P-break level. This is I think this is him on his stream running it.
Right.
It might have been the first time he beat it or something like that.
This is him trying to upload it. So he has to beat it one time in order to be able to upload on Nintendo's network.
Right. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, like that was my favorite thing from AGDQ was definitely, although it wasn't speedrunning properly, it was still super fun to watch you guys go through that. But this level's just absurd, Co.
I mean, just look at that.
Just look at this fucking shit.
The triple shell, throw the spring under the other one, catch that, go down, get Yoshi.
All in one motion, no time to think as well. You just do it. Like there's no slowdown in that sense, except for right here.
Clutch the fall P-switch, catch it, jump off the oh my god, dude, like then do a P-switch jump above a rotating buzzsaw. Or the clutch spin jump. It's the same difference.
But then this is the very end.
Watching this gives me diarrhea.
Yeah.
I can't watch this. It's just like
and it's done.
That's when he uploaded it.
It's now out there. It's on Nintendo's network. It's there to torment everyone's existence now at that point.
So have you beaten it?
No. Okay. The reason why I haven't beaten it was like, all right, someone already beat me to beating it, and it's like it would require upwards of like probably like 9 hours on average. The average person could take 5 to 9 hours of grinding to beat it, just to understand the intimate timing for a lot of those complicated sections.
Whoa. Don't say the average person, average speedrunner, which is a completely different fucking category. I'm an average person. It would take me 3 years if I was lucky.
Okay, yeah, so I'm a little more like, it's already on YouTube. You're already seeing someone beat it, and I'm just like, my chat, you guys are too impatient. You like the idea of me beating it, but you're not gonna stick around for 9 hours to watch me beat this level when someone already beat it it's already on YouTube. Like, so I was like, oh, we can do. The beautiful thing about Mario Maker to me is like there's so much variety of every level out there that I don't have to. You don't have to have me beat every level that's hard. Like there are many other levels that I feel could use some attention. So.
This is just more continuation, so you guys can see their 2v2 hard level race is the name of it. This is all on, if you Google, there's a subreddit or our games post called Top Highlights from AGDQ. So just Google that and Reddit, and you'll be able to find the link. It has a lot of the runs on there, which is where I'm pulling all these from. But they're just like this was some of the coolest stuff to watch for sure. But what about you guys? Like, what were some of the things that you guys like to watch, especially in person for Zeke and Trihex? Anything in particular that stands out that we haven't mentioned?
That you haven't mentioned.
You mentioned the Zelda stuff.
I like the long runs, man. Those are among my favorite things to watch. Like I like the like JRPG runs, like the Zelda runs were great. I just like the idea of a speed running, but it's hours of gameplay. And I really liked the Majora's Mask one because Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda, and I liked it because they did 100%. or actually, there's different categories of that. I apologize. It was all masks, all bosses, something like that.
Something like that. Some weird.
All hearts, all heart pieces. I think it might have been called 100%, but I'm not sure. But I loved sitting there and just eating like cashews and just sitting there and just vegging out and just watching this game like that I love so much get beat in 5 hours, but it's
when being ripped apart. Like
when you first pick it up, and you try and play it, you beat the game and you're like, there's so much more shit to this game that I had no idea of. And these guys know every in, every out, every skip, every trick in the book. Secret of Mana, which
I missed that run, but that's the one where you use 2 controllers, right?
I haven't gone back. That's the thing. The one that I want to go back and check out because I think I was asleep because you stay up for long periods of time, and
man, dude, preach about please tell them about the GDQ schedule struggle.
Oh my God, there are so many games that you want to watch, but it's 7 days of 24 hours.
Yeah.
If you want to watch, if you're a big fan of, let's say the Punch Out run and also Donkey Kong, they are 18 hours apart. So there's somewhere you got to sleep and also there's every single day there's something you want to watch, and it's hours between these things, and you gotta pick your battles, man. And I'm glad that I went in. I'm glad that I went in with a fucking a schedule. I was we went through the entire thing, and I was like, okay, I want to see this, want to see this, want to see this. I can't see this because I got to sleep sometime. So I got to pick and choose which ones I want to be there for live and that kind of thing. And I just went through and highlighted all the ones, and I was there for all the ones that I really, really wanted to be. My probably tied for my favorite was the blind punch out race.
Oh, that's always good.
Oh, fuck. I saw that, but I didn't get to watch it. I saw it on the schedule. Let me see if I can find that.
Oh, that's so great.
Out there with pink wigs, it was awesome.
Well, here's the thing: did you achieve full I don't know what the word here, full transcendence? Whenever you're waking up, you are waking up at 7 p.m. and you're going to sleep at 9 a.m. When you just you've lost all control of your life and the sun is completely poison to you, and you live in that windowed dungeon of a hotel the entire time. That's when you've hit the GDQ experience. Waking up at night.
I can't believe this is blindfolded. It's 45 minutes of blindfold?
Yeah.
They just go completely off the audio cues?
Yep.
Not only that, you also have to figure out, you also need, your blindfold play is only as good as your ability to recover. So you need to be able to have severe problem solving capability built in. You have to understand where things could go wrong, what could go wrong, and how to check if you're doing the right thing or not, There
were several words that were repeated over and over again. If you go back and watch GDQ, I bet I would not be even exaggerating and saying probably 3,000 times the word basically was used. So basically what you're going to do here,
when anyone's prompting
and basically, and one of the other one was backup strats. He's got to use some backups because you have backups upon backups upon backups if you're doing a marathon style speedrun, because you watch it you don't realize that mistake right there is a fucking reset.
Yeah.
Anytime you're actually running it, it's a reset. But in order to get prepared for something like this, you got to make it through. So you got to have a workaround for bad that happens.
That's a great question for Trihex. You've run this stuff before. What's it like preparing for these events where you do have to have the backup strats? Do you have to create those? Do they already exist? What's that process?
Once again, I have to just tip my fedora to you right now. Just oh my god, the questions you have.
That was Zeke's question. I just molded it into one.
Well, I'm you get one. Okay, all right. So
I wasn't gonna say anything, JP.
Even Shakespeare stole everything you wrote.
Yeah, exactly.
It comes down to, do you want to go for a marathon safe route where you tone down the most intensive and risky strategies to go for a consistent experience? This is sometimes worth going for if you have a really baller commentary plan and you're gonna be talking so often that you kind of want to go on autopilot when you're playing to continue your commentary the entire time, which I feel is really, really important in some cases, because what's the point in doing the great speed run if no one there understands what happened, you know? So like it comes down to sometimes, you know, if you have no one there to able to do commentary for you or with you on the couch, such as your community speedrun partners, like another Kingdom Hearts speedrunner while you're doing Kingdom Hearts speedrun, for example, you can go for a marathon safe route. Or if you want to go for the full YOLO, if it's like the second or third iteration of the same game being done because there's some new tech that came out in 2015, you want to drop that to AGDQ 2016, then yeah, you want to go full YOLO, balls deep, go for the insanely risky route that will lose 5 minutes if you die, but save 45 seconds if you get it on first try, right?
Yeah.
And so it comes down to the context of that. Some people, I'm giving you the two scenarios where one would do the marathon route and the other would do the YOLO route. As for doing the YOLO route, I always relevant, I guess to me it was always like I want to go for YOLO. Like for me, Yoshi's a game where it's like I want to push the green, you know. But it's also because I played the game for so long now, it's tough for me to actually like separate what like the newbie would find impressive and what I find impressive. Because this is actually kind of interesting. Whenever there was like points where me and the Yoshi runners, when I would do my run like from 2014 or 2015, the audience would clap. And I was actually surprised they clapped there, and then did the thing that was like really, really hard, and
no one clapped.
They had to get signaled and cued, I guess, from us clapping in our couch to clap with us. They just completely didn't get it.
Yeah, and I think that comes with experience, because you can tell the people who have like been on the couch and been like the play caller or whatever, over top of the actual speedrunner that have done it before. You can tell because they will cue the audience. Because I was sitting in the audience. And I saw something amazing, and I was like, and I yeah, and the guy was like, that actually is not very difficult. However, now that looks fucking easy as shit is like one of the hardest things to do in the game. It's like a double frame perfect jump, and clap for this now, clap now. And I'm like, oh, okay, hey, go good, yay, you know. And then there's the guys that you just, I mean, they you can tell they kind of expect it. They're like, they do a thing. And no one understands like how hard it was, and they're just like, "All right, I guess I'll just keep moving on. I just did this fucking genius, amazing thing. I'll just
right. Whatever." Which is that's the consequence, though. There's also the trap there, so that can happen to a lot of people. So what you have to do is you have to hype up the hard thing you're going to go for, but then you get that commentator's curse, where it's like, "All right, guys, I'm going to go for this really hard trick, blah 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 blah." That way you understand that when I get it, you're going to like flip out and whatnot. But because you've hyped it up now, you're mentally psyching yourself out or into it, and then you can fail it, which happens to a lot of people. So oftentimes you've seen people shy away from going for the full milking the moment to make people understand that.
Yeah,
it's just here. That, and also there's now the new struggle where I didn't have to go through this. I've been to every GDQ since the very first one in 2010, right? Even been to the 2009 speedrun meetup where we were all hanging out at MagFest and we had nothing to do. So we were like, well, we should do like a speedrun thing because we're all sitting here just enjoying games anyway, right? So I have been to every GDQ from like, you know, from Mike Uyama's basement to 100 attendees to 200 attendees to 400 attendees to now 1,500 attendees. So I've had the gradual experience of being able to deal with like stage fright and nervousness and like just being in front of that many people all together. And these new runners now, they're hopping in 2016. It's their first time there, and it's like that's really intimidating. You know, even for me, it's easier because I was a server, so I'm used to talking in front of people and being around people and being presentable and whatnot. But like if you're 16, you know, fresh off of the block, it's
it goes beyond. If you've never stood in front of a crowd like that, you're gonna immediately get up there and be like, I gotta fucking play this game really, really, really well and not make an ass out of myself. Like,
and the point of it is that everyone's watching your.
Yeah, everyone's there to watch you, not. You're not there to like watch. You're literally the main focus of like not only the people watching online, but everyone else there in person.
You could tell, like tuning in sometimes, there were a few people that were so nervous about being there. Like you could just tell.
I'm not gonna name any names, but there was one, and it was, God bless the guy, but it was a cringe fest because the dude was so hard to make jokes, to make me laugh.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah, man, just talk intelligently about the game you know about. Maybe jokes not your strong suit.
Yeah. I feel like that's like a staple though of GDQ now, where like people, especially the chat, tunes in for those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though they're not good moments for like, let's say, that's not the moment you send to like CBS when they want a highlight reel for something the next week. But those are the moments that like Twitch chat goes in there because they want to see that type of shit, because it's like it's such a staple of the GDQ events, where if that's not there and it becomes such a pristine thing, they're just like, well, no one's fucking up. Like, no one's being awkward anymore. Like, what? Why are we here? Everyone's just perfect at these games. Oh, good. They're great at it. Like, they want to see that type of shit.
They should give prizes for most awkward streams, like the top 5. Give like tangible, meaningful prizes.
I forget the runner. And I think it was last year. He was running Prince of Persia, and everything that he was doing in the run was just not working. Like, he couldn't make anything happen. But he was so charismatic about it that the entire chat, which was once saying like constantly cringe, like fail, blah, 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 was like, this guy's fucking awesome because he's being entertaining while failing horribly for like 3 straight hours in this game. And it was one of the weirdest things to see someone who obviously is very good at this game when he's not in front of a huge crowd fail so horribly at the game, but still be super entertaining and have like the entire crowd and the entire audience watching behind him, wanting him to succeed. Like, that was one of the rarest things I've ever seen. I wish I could remember the name of the runner for that, but stuff like that happens. It only happens in events like this, where it's crazy to see that type of shit. So
well, the other thing was like, I don't know about CohhCarnage, but like, I don't think that any of us have ever had over 100,000 people watching us do anything. Like, ever had 100?
I might have been up there during like StarCraft host days, but I didn't know it. So the fear of having that many people was not in my brain.
I capped out at 60.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, these are people who sometimes are relatively completely unknown.
Yeah.
And they are just thrown into a 100,000 people audience over that, obviously. But that's, I mean, just even fucking fathom that.
Yeah.
Like, I live in Billings, Montana, and we have 100,000 people in the entire city.
Yeah.
Like, my whole city has never come out for anything. So like, I can't even imagine what it's like for like some dude who's not used to, being in front of a camera.
To put it in perspective, and I've told this before, but like the year that I hosted BlizzCon, it probably had 100,000 plus, and it was the #1 thread on Reddit, where it wasn't a Twitch chat, it was a Reddit thread, but they were all just saying like, why the fuck is this guy here? And it was like, it was that type of shit, probably amplified by 10 when you're watching or when you're doing one of these runs, because you're actually able to like see. And I don't know, maybe Trihex can answer this. Like, do the runners actually read the chat as they're running in any fashion? Because I've seen people had their phones up there before, and I don't know if they're reading like.
That's typically for notes. Like,
okay.
It could be for commentary notes. It could be for actually notes for like the speedrun tech. Like, if you're doing like an RPG, for example, there's going to be points where you have to like remember like, equip ether here, and then do a party revive here, and do a save warp here, and then but at the same time, okay, if I died in this fight here earlier on, or if Goofy used the other HP because he's a freaking idiot, and I have to remember like what the backup strat is if the AI was all dumb in Kingdom Hearts or whatever. So there's note variances, there's recovery strats, there's commentary notes.
Okay, but no one's reading the chat.
Twitch chat though.
I wonder what it would do to people if you were to just have a TV and like the vertical mode with just a scrolling Twitch chat up on like one of the monitors there on stage, so that people could just glance over and like see what's going on. I just wonder what that would do to runners.
NSFW.
Yeah, it would be so interesting to just see like when someone's failing in a run, if the entire chat is just like doing the resident sleeper or something like that. Like, would that just crush them mentally and physically as a person, or like how would that go?
So actually, even for me, that when I first got the huge blow from Mario Maker, I wasn't used to 8K, 10K chat. Like, I didn't know like that. I would try to respond to individual people. I couldn't keep up with it. I would just like, I didn't understand that, the thing you have to do is you have to like treat chat as one entity and just generally remain above it. You can't like condescend to it. You have to always like, you're the sheepdog controlling the sheep herd.
Right.
Your job is to imply and suggest, not to dictate and actually enforce. Because you can't do that. You can't do that with like 10K people without going into like neo-Nazi, 4-minute slow mode or whatever. So
right.
Which some people can do. This, it's totally fine. So it's your stream, so whatever you want to do. But I don't enjoy it personally. So I over time, over a couple of weeks, I understood better how to handle that kind of thing. But I could imagine at a GDQ, like someone who's not used to that, being able to adapt to all that on the fly quickly.
It would be super interesting. Do you happen to know? Go ahead, Zeke.
as far as that goes, like I had one of those experiences when I was doing a gig for a game release, and I made the mistake of like looking like it was a game that I'm not, particularly known for. In fact, not at all. But I made the mistake of looking at the chat, like in the middle of it. Like there was like I think there was like 30-something thousand people watching it, and I made the mistake of looking at the chat, and I was like, "They fucking hate me. Everybody hates me." And then I looked on Twitter. Everybody hates me.
Oh yeah.
It was so awful. I that would be my first piece of advice to anybody going to Speedrun, AGDQ, or any of those events. Be like, don't look at the chat, bro. Do not do it.
Zeke, one of the funniest things that would happen to back in like the early days of StarCraft 2 casting is people would cast a match, right? And the first thing you would do is go to the community and see what they're saying about you. You would load up Reddit, you'd look in the thread, and just see like the general idea that people had about you and your casting. It never resulted in like, oh, they really like me. Like you would hone in on that negative shit, right? And it was so funny because every caster had to learn. They would do it once, and then they would either continue doing it and become like a really depressed person, or do it once and be like, I'm never going to do that ever fucking again because that just ruined my entire mental ability to do anything.
Reddit and the H1Z1 streams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
Who
it's
let
not
the homeless guy on stage? I literally vomited in my mouth, and then it's just like.
And see, now I can look at that stuff and I read it for like comedic value because some of that shit is people will like rip into you, and it's actually pretty funny because some people are like actually creative at ripping into you. But if you've never had it,
those are the best ones, I think.
Yeah,
that's how I dealt with it, man. I had to deal with the pain. I was like how much it like actually hurt my feelings. I had to like
you had to get over it
through them, and I read all like the the celebrities read mean tweets.
Oh yeah,
kind of a thing. I did that. I did a whole like, I don't know, half an hour of me just going through like all the tweets during that event, like that were just awful. And my favorite one was just simply, I hate you, man, baby.
That was pretty good.
That was it. I hate you, man, baby.
I can't remember any specific ones. A lot of them were just like long, drawn out essays of like, why is this person here and blah, blah, blah. But
I like this one here, actually. In chat here, Sunlit Karma said, and this actually is a very awesome point that I have to constantly remind myself about whenever you're talking about reading all the negative reception.
Yeah.
A 30K chat equals 1K complaining and 29K lurking and enjoying it. You got to remember that there is a silent majority that aren't going to like fuss or whine because they're already into the experience.
Yep, that's very
true.
So
whenever you're into complaining, it's always the vocal minority.
It's
I
very
believe
true.
Those are the people that are full screening the stream.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're probably right. You're probably 100% right with that. They're probably full screening it, or just doing something else rather than just like chat mongering. They're not there to troll. They're there to watch.
But yeah, you take any big group of people, and 1% of them are assholes, and they're always louder than anybody else.
Of course. Yeah.
The loudest people are the complainers in every case.
Exactly. To pull it back into speedrunning, I'm gonna highlight Summit here because he's been doing some Zelda. He's been practicing some Zelda runs. I think
I might add.
Is it Zelda 64, Co? Like what?
I think
he's been doing
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Yeah.
Ocarina of Time. Yeah.
He I think he got 28 minutes on any percent now. Actually.
Oh, he's actually finished. So I haven't seen him actually finish a run.
Yeah,
Good for him. Good for him.
It's happening. It's happening.
Is that kind of like the general process for when someone picks up speedrunning, or is he like one of the few that can actually do it that quick? Like what is it if someone watching, for instance, wants to have your moment of reading that thing in EGM, or sorry, viewing the DVD in EGM? Like what is it? What's the process like that they can expect?
Okay. It's the discovery. People, okay. There's two camps there from what I've understand now. I might be in like the different one. There's those who want to go for the world record glory. They want the achievement. They want the reinforcement that their self-worth is as high as their playtime invested is, right? So they want to be number one at the game, or they want to be great at the game. They want to identify with that. So they're gonna push hard, and they don't mind the repetitive studying of the best routes, the best record, the best time to achieve as high as they can, as quick as they can. Then you have the other ones, which is actually more in my camp, where I don't have to be the best at it. I thought I did for a very long time, but I understood that actually the reason why I enjoyed Yoshi's Island is that it gave me discovery and expression. I enjoyed that a ton. Like this game, like every single day I would play it, I would learn something new. Like the further I dived into Yoshi, the more it pushed back against me, gave me something new to find out about it. Same thing with Mario Maker. Mario Maker, every day I learned something new. I can tell you something about horizontal springs, about how the P-switches work in SMB 3 compared to new SMB levels. I can tell you about, like, I mean, name the property, and there's like a big breakdown over how it varies between each engine or the game itself with the new updates and whatnot. Like, the discovery is what's great about it. I can't think of an example particular to Ocarina of Time, but so I'm like, I honestly don't know Ocarina of Time that well.
Sure.
But I'm sorry, I don't have an example to follow up that one, unfortunately. But yeah, you learn something new every single time, and it remains fresh and addicting. People at face value think it's going to be like repetitive and boring. That's only if you don't take it upon yourself to learn the game more. Like if you only hop in the game and then watch the world record video and try to mimic that, then yeah, it's copy pasting. You're not learning why he's doing what he's doing. You don't understand, the less optimal routes to know why the optimal route is optimal. You just know that it's optimal at this point. It makes sense?
Yeah. In the world of speedrunning, how typical is it for someone to, jump from, I don't know, from a Zelda game to a Mario game and then to Mario 64 or sorry, Mario Kart 64? Like, in terms of being in different genres, is that common, or do they typically stay in the same genre of games for what they run?
Honestly, I don't know. Like I'm trying to think about that now. It's like pretty much every game I played prior to discovering speedrunning is what I wanted to explore further.
Okay.
I would say that there's no like claim to be the most diverse speedrunner out there, because it's like you have to enjoy the game first casually before you hop into speedrunning it, or else you're speedrunning purely for glory, which is fine, but I do feel that's going to lead you down to a path of letdown eventually. Like, it's all about enjoyment. Like, anyone who claims they're going to, like, speedrun a game before it comes out, like for example, let's say Mighty Number 9, right? The new Spiritual Mega Man coming out, or whatever. Let's say that someone's like, yo, I want to be the best at that one. And it's like, you don't know that because you haven't played it yet. You don't know how it's going to compare. You don't know how the movement's going to be. You don't know, like, the level layouts, design, the length. What if the game has like some stupid category or some stupid requirement where you have to like do, think like Mario 3D World. You have to like do the same level 4 times in a row to get 100%, unless you have all 4 controllers plugged in on co-op and you have the other 3 players floating in bubbles the entire time so you get to the end of the level, and then you unlock all of them at the end and then have them all hop on the goalpost.
Right.
Might be some buzzkill requirement you don't even know about, but you're wanting to do in the game purely because like the idea of being better than everyone else at it, rather than actually enjoying the game and then having that love for that game carry over into all of the hours you put into it because you have the absolute pleasure of playing it over and over again.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about that too. And how often does it, like, let's take, you mentioned Mighty Number 9. How often is it decided upon that game will have a speedrunning presence, or is it just like a guy starts playing this game at that speedrunning level, and then another guy starts playing that, and then they kind of make a community, and then starts building upon that? Like, what's that process?
Once again, Fedora James, great question. There's 2 factors there. The thing now is there's new game hype. Like, you got to think back here. I would say probably prior to maybe 2013, you really didn't see this effect of like when a game comes out. All right, I'm a flex a little bit here. Okay, so you have to understand that at this point, and with the internet in 2016, that people, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings here, but like the game journalism, like let's say like when GTA 5 first came out, right? Yeah. GTA 5 comes out, and people reading the written reviews for that game? Are people watching the edited YouTube reviews for that game? To an extent, yes, but really, if you want the best impression of what that game is like out of to satisfy your curiosity, you're gonna hop on Twitch the day it comes out, and you're gonna watch every streamer who's currently playing GTA 5. You're gonna watch them tinker and mess up and play around and pretty much do what you would do because they're just as curious as you are about how this game's gonna work with this massive open world environment. So people are going to Twitch to get the most sincere, non-BS impression of what a new game that they're curious about is like. Right. Whether to play themselves or just to be involved because they don't have the console themselves to play it. And this new game hype phenomenon that happens on Twitch every time a new major release comes out does influence speedrunning to an extent. So yeah, Mighty Number 9, even if it was like a bad speed game, it would be, which I find it really hard to believe it's not going to be a good game to speedrun. But right. It would be there would be a short period where people are going to just hop on and try it anyway, and that alone will cause something to happen there. But
Gotcha.
prior to that, it was like a legacy thing. Like people would just, I mean, naturally, everyone played SMB3, SMW,
Right,
Mario
right, right.
69, all the Zeldas. So those all had great legacies. So those just happened to be games that had they happened to be well received games that had great speedrun ability already into them.
It's interesting that like pretty much any Mario title before like, well, actually no, pretty much any Mario title is basically a speedrunning game at some level. Besides,
Yeah.
like, I'm sure someone runs Nintendog somehow. If there's some way to run that, I'm sure there's a a thing that people could do there. But like, the Marios you mentioned, the Zeldas, the Metroids, which is pretty annoying that we don't have a new Metroid in 2016. But
I know.
that's
I
besides
know.
the point, right? But yeah, it's an interesting community. Where should people go? And this is said all throughout GDQ, but where should people go if they want to get involved within the speedrunning community?
Oh man, you can go to if you want to get an idea of any game, like I think the thing I always would tell you if you want to get started is like take the games you've already played more than once without any external incentive to do so, and revisit those games. So if whether it be Paper Mario Thousand Year Door or you do like your yearly playthrough of Mass Effect 1 or whatever game it is, go back and revisit it, and then go to speedrun.com and see what the records look like. Look at the categories, why those categories done, why do people do 100% more than others? Why is like 80% like kind of frowned upon or whatever? You can then go to, I guess, Speedruns Live, or sorry, good lord, I'm bad here. Speedrun Live and go over there and check out races. Like if you're like, oh, well, runs intimidate me, I feel judged, I'm bad, I'm insecure. If you want the ultimate, go ahead and just dive in and no one will judge you. Join a race, dude. Anyone can do a 16-star Mario 64 race. Anyone can do a Star Road Super Mario World race. Like Zeke, we could do that like tomorrow if you wanted to. Like no big deal. Like
Zeke's really good at platformers, so I think you should do that.
Did you just ask me out on a date?
Pretty sure he did.
I'm in. And the answer is yes.
Maybe. yeah. Like we're both bad. I haven't played SMW in a long time, so we both come like in 8th place or whatever. Not a big deal, and we would have fun though. Like it's so chaotic and messy with no expectation of actual success that doesn't matter.
That'd be pretty funny to get like. I would say that most variety streamers are pretty casual players in that sense, but it'd be fun to get like, for example, Miko, Zeke, I don't know, Dan's Gaming.
Drop frame speedrun challenge.
Yeah, like to find a, but it should be like a really. We should do like a Final Fantasy X speedrun or some shit.
we should wait
Where it's
until
really bad.
The second show of 2016. Next show we pick a game. We have all year to train, and whoever gets the best time, the other two owe them $100.
Jesus Christ! But what game are we like? What's the game we? Maybe we should have Trihex be the one that chooses the game because he understands the runs a lot better than us.
Trihex can mediate the whole contest.
Oh my god! Okay, all right.
I don't know what it would, because we kind of have our own talents. Like if it's I don't know.
You can't throw out FF10. Like all cutscenes are unskippable.
I know that's why it would be unbearable. It would suck so bad to run.
Witcher 3
like 8.5 hours. Like. So it means your runs are going to be upwards of like 14 on your first try, if not more.
And the dialogue would be so terrible to have to listen to over and over and over that I don't know if we could even. It has
random battle encounters, so you're just going to lose minutes over like praying that you can.
Can you imagine? Imagine this, Trihex. Imagine the three of us trying to, if it's 100% run, trying to do the fucking lightning strikes like over and over and over. Like the amount of rage that would occur if you played Final Fantasy X and know what the lightning strikes are, it would be unfathomable. Like it would be so great. God. But we should totally do that. We should totally find a game. I don't know if we should practice. We should just do like a one thing.
Make sure you can all do different games. I think that should be pretty cool to see. Like make sure that you guys are enjoying and not just doing it because like of the idea of there being a uniform game all being competed for.
Yeah.
But as long as all the games are like an hour long, if you do that, it would remain really really fun.
I mean, the thing.
No, after I watched my first GDQ, of course, everyone like watches American Idol and goes like, "Oh fuck, what would I do, or what song would I sing to audition with, or whatever." Like, watch a GDQ, you're like, "What game would I like to speedrun?"
Yeah.
And after my first one, the one that was at the top of the list was Hotline Miami.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Love to speedrun. I love that game, and I'd love to speedrun, but man, I've watched like it evolve, the speedrun evolve from the first time I watched it till now, and I'm just like, I can't do that. It's too fast. I can't.
Nah, you can, dude. It's all about like you go to the community and you figure out like this is actually where like one of the issues I would say is like there's like not great documentation. So let's say you want to hop into Hotline Miami, but you're just like you get the world record and it's like it's so unrelatable to you now.
It's 19 minutes 54 seconds according to speedrun.com. I don't know how accountable that site is, but
right. And it's like if you saw like maybe the 2013 route when it was like 45 minutes long, but okay, well I can this is like relatable. I can kind of get this going here. You need like stepping stones, and this is where like documentation of the older runs with the more vanilla routes help for new runners a ton. Like you would feel less, you feel more eager. You'd be like, oh yeah, I can do this, and then it's fun rather than just intimidating.
Is that generally the process? Like just pulling up a YouTube video or an archive of the actual run and just watching that, and then trying to emulate it? Because I think that's kind of what Summit's been doing, right?
I'm not sure actually what he's doing. What I do myself is I don't concern myself with like the other videos. I want to discover. Again, I told you I'm big about the discovery, so I'm definitely gonna hop in and just like be sloppy, be bad. I'm gonna have my god awful 18-hour first try FF10 run, and then I'll understand. Okay, now I understand why we do this here, why this is bad, why you have to equip 100 potions for this one fight to grind out or whatever. Like I understand all the. I want to make the mistakes so I understand why we do what we do, and then I'll hop in from there.
Gotcha.
Well, more importantly, by doing it yourself, you also may approach ways that, if you go to YouTube and you watch some guy speedrun and you try to emulate that, you're only learning how they got their best time. But by doing it yourself, you may find new things, new ways. You may discover something that you can then implement in their video to take their time and just kick it to the next level. I mean, that makes perfect.
Yeah. It comes down to whether or not do you want results like immediately, or do you want to like be in it for the experience? I mean, it's different people though. Like some people, I totally understand. Not everyone has, I don't know, 40 hours a week to really put into speedrunning for whatever game they want to play in order to get to the enjoyment part, which is for some people probably doing the run. It's actually there's some different camps here too. There are speedrunners who are in it for the the grind and get the run. Then you have some who are really into the curiosity aspect and they do the glitch hunting. They do the experimentation.
And that's always the cool thing. You were talking about this a little bit, Ko. It's always a cool thing when someone's running this game and they're like the world record holder, and someone on the couch mentions like, oh yeah, this was found like last week. And it's like a 10-second time save or some shit. And they're like, yeah, we found this last week. It's like, this game's been out for like literally a decade and they're still finding
I
random
like when they
shit.
go into it and it's like new technologies. So like, yeah, this is the Bergerson Sanders move. You're gonna see to the left 3 times, and comes back. This was researched 2 weeks ago, but only perfected 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It's like they like break it down sometimes. It's like they're talking a completely different language. I love it.
It's cool.
Oh yeah, it's actually funny you bring that up. I'm sorry, you can go ahead.
No, I gotta know how. Like, do you have a move like?
Yeah. Do you have anything after you and Yoshi's?
All right. The problem is with Yoshi is like, there wasn't a community. Actually, all right. Actually, this is kind of a. I'm going to get the. Can you get the world's smallest violin right now? I'm about to.
Okay. Zeke, get the violin. Go ahead.
No, there was no speedrun community for Yoshi Island until I was streaming it. There was it was me doing that game for the most part alone from 2005 to 2011. Kind of hard to believe here, but actually the community kind of happened whenever I began streaming it and people started to watch me. Even then, people didn't understand what was going on, but they saw the game and they're like, this looks really, really cool. So I had years of influence of just myself. Like I was like, the only thing I had to compare to was the tasks, and the tasks did all this crazy stuff, like, running backwards while walking forward while aiming an egg backwards. Yeah. Jump tongue cancels, egg shuffling, juggling the eggs with your tongue. Like I know you don't have anything to show that right now, unfortunately, but like just you had like absolute tech skill going on, and it looked inhuman. And I was like, I want to, I'm 16, I'm cocky, I'm young. I'm like, dude, I want to look cool. Like I don't care about time. I want to look crazy doing stuff. I want to be like, this is my inner 16-year-old wanting to get my own Call of Duty montage on YouTube. Like that was my dream going on right there. I wanted Yoshi to be a swag god pretty much. So there's no individual tech named after me because a lot of the tech was found by other people because I was finding someone else to compare strats and stuff to. But I influenced the play style. Like Yoshi Island is synonymous with just like having excessive swag and maneuverability everywhere.
There you go. There you go.
Like, you don't have to play that way, but I do it anyway because it's actually what I find fun.
Cool, cool. I think we're gonna take a break soon, but I guess final question, really kind of more of a promotion for you. You've mentioned on your channel that you're gonna start running, or maybe already be running Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start practicing that, like when? Because I think it'd be cool if people are interested. Are you gonna stream the whole process of you learning that game?
Oh, I've already started actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to elaborate a little bit?
Yeah,
on
go
that?
ahead, by all means.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Woolly World. All right, get this one right. So when I first got into Woolly World, I knew that I was going to be incredibly biased with the game because Yoshi Island to me is perfect. Like the game, even its flaws, I'm like so in tune and used to now. It's like tough for me to envision that game any different than it currently is. Even though there are some things that could like objectively be called a flaw to it. And for Woolly World, I was like, all right, anything that's different, I'm going to be like, this is like Yoshi Island, but the jumps are slower and the egg firing is dumber, and there's like so much compromise for me to enjoy it, right? So whenever I was playing it on one player, I was like, man, it's Yoshi's Island, but slower, dumbed down, more basic. Level design doesn't really pick up until like World 3, and it's a 5-hour game for 100%.
Wow.
Like just like, oh man, so long. What do I do? But everything changed once we explored co-op with 2 Yoshis at once. There is so much tech involved with when you add a second Yoshi into the picture that it actually fixes every shortcoming of that game for speedrun ability. For example,
So wait, when you say co-op, do you mean actually with another person, or
Yeah,
you do?
yeah, we've got it up right now on stream.
Yeah, two players at the same time, 2 Yoshis at the same time. Yeah, we So get this right. So the one Yoshi can eat the other Yoshi and spit that Yoshi at any object that they need to. One Yoshi can then eat the Yoshi and swallow him, make him into an egg, and then shoot him at anything else. And when either Yoshi can cause the other Yoshi to teleport to the other Yoshi. So whenever we enter any given room, it's always going to be the 2 Yoshis split up and like fuck everything up ASAP. And then Yoshi A goes to like the door and we peace out ASAP. So every screenful is condensed in complete cooperation. You get double the amount of eggs from any given egg block. You can use each other's eggs. You can eat each other. You can spit each other at other objects. The game becomes so fast now, and that requires optimization of knowing where each other are going to be and whatnot. For example, right there, just out there.
That little jump is not possible with one player.
Correct.
Yeah.
We are getting into parts early. We're using that and whatnot. We're manipulating the camera that way we can keep each other on screen. Like he warps right there. That way I can get up and I get his eggs when he warps up like that. Like, and then he comes back when I need him right here. We are in complete harmony, and it's so refreshing because I've never played like a co-op game before.
Yeah.
I've always been interested in like always in the back of my head that I would hop on maybe Borderlands 1 or 2 for speedrunning because I love the idea of working with someone on a speedrun together. But dude, Woolly World gives me that complete satisfaction that you don't get anywhere else. Like I honestly feel like whenever we have this game totally routed out, we currently have up to 1-4. There's 8 levels per world. There's 6 worlds total. So that's 54 levels plus some other stuff extra afterward.
Yeah.
It's a huge game. It's a big game. But once we have everything routed, I honestly feel you're going to have the best co-op speedrun out there. Like this requires complete synergy because not only is it like, can we do everything well on first try, but even if things mess up, we have our assigned roles, but we can do each other's roles. Like if I'm short on an egg and we need more eggs than me, then rather than like reset or whatever, no, we're going to, okay, cool. Look, I'm going to play the aggro. You're going to play the beta or whatever. Like, I mean, I can go on further, honestly, but like, for example, for 100%, you have to finish every single level with 20 hearts, all 5 flowers gathered, all knitting wools acquired, and all 20 stamps found.
So a lot of collectibles.
A lot of collectibles, right? But here's the best part. Only one of the Yoshis needs to have full HP. Like, only one Yoshi needs the 20 hearts. So that means that one can be like the damage sponge, which does happen a lot, and the other one needs to be like the meat, the what's the word here? The brute or whatever.
Meat shield, yeah.
Yeah. There's that going on. There is, I mean, dude, it seems
great. Intense. For a game that does not look intense at all, which is kind of what speedrunning does, right? It makes these games that are supposed to be casual not casual at all.
Oh yeah, you will see, and then there's the variants of the speed badges. There's a badge system that you can use. So you can buy a badge to run faster, a badge to have always get jumbo, the bigger eggs. The bigger eggs let you kill all enemies on screen whenever they're fired and whatnot. Some other cool utilities involved in them. There is infinite fire melons, so you can spit the fireballs, which do unique things in the ice world levels. And so you got to figure out, okay, do we both want speed badge? Do we both want to run fast at all times? Is that more profitable than having one person with speed badge and have the other one with the fire melon? And then have the fire melon slower one always teleport back to the one with the speed badge? Yeah. There's like so much to explore with all these options that, it's, to me, that constant discovery and experimentation, like routing the game is just as fun as grinding for the run. Like when me and my homie here, Steve Tar, are on this right here, we are like, these labs are like minimum 8 hours long, and we get like maybe 2 levels done because it goes that deep.
There you go.
Oh, it's so good.
This must be a lot different from doing speedrunning solo. I mean, it's like you can't just kind of like zone out and practice yourself and stuff like that. So I'm assuming it's, a lot more difficult overall. Does that, like, for instance, with this thing right here, you're talking about establishing like basic runs for these levels for the first time, like you've never done them before. Are you actually playing anyone else? Like, are there other duo groups out there challenging you? Is it like a community thing? Is there anyone else doing this, what we're watching right now? Or are you guys like the first doing this? Like,
we are the first doing this. That's mostly because there's no like online co-op. If there was online co-op, I'm sure there'd be more people doing it, but it's Woolly World, unfortunately, is a local co-op only. Thankfully, believe it or not, Steve Tard lives 10 minutes away from me. So that
works out.
Yeah, it works out pretty well, right? So we hit each other up like at least once a week to do Woolly World lab sessions to get things going here.
It's crazy.
The ambition here is that at the rate we're going, unfortunately, it's going to take a long time to get the routes going as good as we want to. But within a year, we're hoping to have a run done, and we'll be able to do a Woolly World co-op speed run and fucking nail it at AGDQ 2017. That's the dream.
All right.
Like if we have a year from now, we should have everything ready. And if that's the thing, I'm calling it right now. You guys, when you see that run there, we'll have. I mean, you've seen my commentary during Yoshi's Island during Summer Games Done Quick the previous year. I finally got good at commentary and whatnot. Like you hear me right now. I'm nerding out hardcore. Imagine just me like nerding out about how brilliant co-op is for 5 hours straight.
Sure.
Now I say 5 hours, but that's 5 hours right now. With the run, with like the run being really young in its time, but it'll definitely come down lower. I wouldn't be surprised if we can push this down to like sub 4 hours.
Damn, that's still a pretty long run though. That's one of Zeke's favorite marathon runs, so you've already got him on board.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I'm there. Don't worry. I understand, dude. I will make it as entertainingly informative as possible. Don't worry.
I'll tell you what. If you are doing it and you were commenting and you were playing, I would watch that. But I got to tell you, like, Yoshi's never been my thing. Never been my thing. The Yoshi. I just
nah. Okay.
I sound like Yoshi.
There you go.
But I'd watch you play it.
This is totally a question for me, Trihex, and then we're gonna go to a break.
I'd watch you sleep.
oh, baby.
Totally a question for me.
Is that weird? Did it just get weird? Sorry.
It got a little bit weird. That's why I'm just ignoring it as I usually do. Are you just the biggest anti-Jeff Gerstmann fan? Do you know who Jeff Gerstmann is?
Oh my god, dude.
the one person I think was probably the complete polar opposite in fandom of Yoshi.
JP, who is that real quick?
Jeff Gerstmann is the editor-in-chief at giantbomb.com. He used to work at GameSpot. He was the guy that there's a lot of story there, but he hates Yoshi. Like, I've never seen someone hate on Yoshi as much as he does. So that's why I was asking.
Dude, oh my god. Okay, so I wish I remember what the YouTube video was called. There's actually someone. Okay, when I helped commentate the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door speedrun at Summer Games Done Quick 2014, someone donated asking like, how do you feel about Gerstmann? And I was like, I don't know who that is, but there's this guy who's working at GameSpot who gave like Twilight Princess an 8.8, and like he's this guy who hates Yoshi's Island. I don't know who he is, but it's like I don't get his deal, man. And so like I indirectly ripped on him, not knowing I was talking about him the entire time when he was the one who was asked about in the first place. Like it was so funny. But no, he do I hate him? I mean,
how do you feel about him? Is maybe the proper term? Is there some?
I find it tough for him to hate the game. Yoshi Island is a game where it's like it's a game of rebellion. You have a game here that was 5 years in production value. You have a game where it's so asset rich heavy that almost every level has an enemy that's only used one time. You have a game where at a time where Donkey Kong Country was using pre-rendered graphics and was selling hotcakes, Miyamoto saw that palette style, tried it, didn't like it, and boldly said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this other idea that's completely unique that gives this game a timeless look that has aged phenomenally now that doesn't even need like an HD release to look great. Just throw it, give it a upscale resolution with a 16:9 support, and the game is HD ready. No touchable part whatsoever. And still looks better than most games on the market today, in my opinion, as far as art direction goes. You have a game where you made the bold decision to have Baby Mario, cry when you get hit. I feel there's no way with current over reliance on marketability and just Shad Baby, I don't want you to be annoyed about anything. No, like this game, like no, you got hit, recover. Like that was a bold gameplay choice right there to do that.
It is a pretty annoying sound too. One of the more annoying sounds I think in platforming history for sure.
I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. It doesn't really bother me, but like, okay, I'll get this off either. But like,
well, no, I'm saying it annoying in a good way. Like the sense of urgency is there. Like,
yeah,
you got to get that fucking baby to shut the fuck up right now because he's crying. He needs help. So you got to finish it. You got to help him out. So there you go.
I mean, I could talk about so much more here, really, about Yoshi, but yeah, no. Like,
well, I understand. You're very passionate about Yoshi. I think that's come across in the past 30 minutes for sure. For sure.
Oh yeah.
Perhaps the most passionate man I've ever seen about Yoshi. So we get that.
I hope one day he sees the light. I don't know. Maybe he'll give it an 8.9 rather than 8.8. We'll see.
Maybe so. Zeke, you look like you really want to say something right now.
I'm gonna piss my pants.
Okay, there you go. I knew that was coming up. So let's take a break. We'll come back, talk about what we all have been playing, a little bit of news, and then we'll call it a show. So don't go anywhere. More Drop Frames coming up right after this. We'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.